Welcome back to the Driver Excuses podcast. I'm Kevin, and my brother Timmy is joining me from Sweden, and he's been absolutely flat out gathering new excuses for everyone. Porsche Carrera Cup weekend. How was it?
It was actually really good again, but it's so competitive there. So okay, here come the excuses now.
Here we go. Brace yourself, everyone.
Welcome to the Driver Excuses podcast. This is a prime example of why it's named like that. So I came 5th and 10th in the two races. I qualified 9th for both races, which doesn't sound super good. It's like 15 cars there. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. But then look into the details. Like it is Scandinavian Porsche Carrera Cup, so it's not World Championship or anything, but it's so competitive. The top drivers there, they are racing in both Scandinavia and in Germany, and are fighting for top positions wherever they go. So they are super fast. And in qualifying, I was just 5/10 off pole, but I'm 9th, and I messed up by 2/10 in my qualifying lap. When the tires are on the peak and everything. I went slightly wide in the last turn, this super fast, long right-hander, and lost 2/10. So I thought that would climb me up if I wouldn't have done that, looked in the results after, and I thought that would jump me up like halfway, but I would have actually just jumped one position. Within 3/10 was 8 cars, and it is so competitive, unbelievable. So I was actually, relatively happy with my qualifying, considering the gap. And they have been testing there last week, so excuses keep coming. But, I didn't make it easy for myself by just jumping in for the race weekend, doing 2 free practice sessions and then racing. So, honestly, I'm very happy with the race. And the first race, some rallycross skills came through with a good start.
Door-to-door banging.
Yeah, no door-to-door banging, but good start, clean reaction time, passed the car immediately. There was some people getting caught together in the first turn, and I found the gap. So I overtook 4 people immediately in the start, came out 5th, and was just cruising in my 5th place, keeping up with the guys ahead, keeping away from the guys behind. So great first race. The second race, I got a jump start penalty because it started dragging on the clutch. I'd set the clutch up so it was super tight to the bite point, so I could do good slipping on the clutch in the start. But I set it up too tight, and when the clutch was hot, it started to drag, so I was moving on the start. So I got a jump start penalty, and after that, I had a bad start, and I was running in 7th or 8th, and then some fast guys was behind who wasn't an incident in the start, and I didn't feel like holding them up. Annervi, he's super fast from, and Gustav Bergström, that he was super fast coming through, and I almost just let them pass. Yeah. I wasn't really myself that second race. I wasn't really racy. I was more or less just cruising to the finish line. I had a good fight with Isabel Rusta, so Tommy Rusta's daughter. She was ahead, and I had pressure on her the whole race. I never really committed for the overtake. I didn't want to go door banging for 9th place, so I was waiting for a mistake. But she didn't do any mistake, and she defended really well. So I finished behind her in the 10th place. But overall, a good weekend. I had fun. I got to hang out with the Prince of Sweden. We were teammates.
That must be the win of the weekend. Teammate, the actual Prince of Sweden. Funnily enough, on my first ever go-kart race, he was doing go-karts back in, I don't know what it was, 2003 or something.
Wow.
Then that was my first go-kart race, and he was there. I remember I got a picture with him. I think my mom has it somewhere. And obviously not my teammate. But he was your teammate this weekend.
Yeah, and it was a small team because we're the official team of the championship. So I was in the guest car, and the Prince always has a guest car whenever he wants to drive. So it was the 2 of us in the big class in that team. And we just hung out all weekend. Me and his bodyguards. Tough guys. I didn't want to go close. I was not being threatening. I was very polite, so no intervention from the bodyguards. But we laughed a lot. We had a really good time, hanging out like friends. And he was talking about, I was talking about mom and dad, and then he's talking about mom and dad. It's it's the king and queen of Sweden,
Yeah.
and he's talking about
You
mom and
can't
dad.
say
That's-
mom and dad to them. It
No.
needs to be the king, the Royal Highness of Sweden. He's
Yeah.
what did he say?
My
then? What's the
dad is
gossip?
Royal Highness. So no, he had loads of good stories, and we were just hanging out. We had lunch and dinner together, and spending time in the truck and whatever. So it was
Did
it
he
was
say
fun.
how he got into racing? Because obviously the king is not a racer.
No, but the Prince has been racing since 2008 or something like that. 2006 in STCC, Swedish Touring Car, and loads of different racing championships. And he just really likes racing. He doesn't race too much, 2-3 races a year nowadays, but he was there because he loves cars and loves driving. He was a bit frustrated that he didn't have the pace, to be honest. He was
But
both
if he
him and
didn't
me
do
were
the test, he didn't do the race
Yeah.
before there.
we were both trying to dig deep together in where are we losing these couple tenths that's so hard to get, you know. I was 5 tenths behind and he was a couple of tenths behind more, but some corners he was better and we could share information, but obviously we never made that final step to the top guys, but also that's a big ask to catch them in just a race weekend. So that was that.
Is there any more races coming up in Porsche Carrera Cup for you?
No, I didn't know about this one until recently, so but I don't think so. No. 2 guest appearances is like quite common what people get. They've had loads of guests through the years, famous Swedish racers, Scandinavians, and yeah, now I have done it. So that was pretty cool. 2 times is quite normal that people get to do.
Okay.
Usually they do better the second time than the first. I guess I did better because of my 5th place, but I felt faster last time, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. It goes like that sometimes.
Test.
Yeah.
Everyone tested.
So, yeah, but that was that. And it was actually a good warm-up because it's already race week again.
Yeah, it should have back to back to back to back. You know, news. We got announcements. Yeah. We got race weekends. So it was announcement week, and then it was race week, and then it was another race week, and then next week is race week, and I can also say there is announcements coming as well in between all the races. So
that's also a reoccurring theme that Kevin has an announcement coming up, but not announcing.
It's you never know when it will hit, but it's coming very soon. I believe within the next week.
I know what you're talking about, so it is exciting. But first up, I'm going to Canada this week for Rally X America. Next week, Kevin is going to Loyac for Euro RX, and then we'll see. Ooh, a bit spooky. Oh, not spooky. It's not spooky what you're gonna do. Poor choice of words.
It depends on how you look at it, but we can discuss that.
Spooky is a very... I don't know where I got spooky from, but anyway, it's not. I don't think it's spooky what you're gonna do.
No, some people might think it's questionable in an extent to. Anyway, we'll save that conversation for another day. Wow. Now we're going to focus on the return of Timmy to Trois-Rivières, Canada. And you remember the last time you were there?
Timmy Hansen, the legendary Swede in the east of Canada, the French-speaking area. He is a former winner and
2016 winner.
Second place last time we were there, I think. No, but that was my introduction to myself. I'm going back to Canada.
I'll tell you. Unfortunately, we have to do better this time. Last time you were in Canada, you missed the semifinals.
Yeah.
2019.
2019. Oh, that was heartbreak.
Yeah.
That it was like the massive plot twist middle of the 2019 season where I was leading the championship and I think we were in good form and I just messed up completely in 2 qualifying.
Oh, we just freaked out, honestly. The whole 2019 season is the most anxious, stressful, most terribly executed, I think, ever by...
well executed.
We did win. We could have done
champions.
We could have done so much better.
It's
an okay execution, but it could have been, you know what I mean? It could have been so much better.
3, yeah. It's a solid 3. 3 plus, maybe.
I mean, we were so stressed about everything, lacking to get focused, and I mean, I blame it back if from myself. Blame it back then on the mental stage, like the coaching that was back then. That now looking with bigger picture, it didn't suit me, and obviously then my results were poor. On Canada specifically, I think I remember after the race, everyone was just shattered and stressed and like, shit, we've lost so much points to Andreas who won that race. He started his chase to get back to the top. I
If
think
there
I
was
took
if there was
over
a
the
drive to
championship lead.
survive, no Andreas.
Did he take
Andreas.
no?
Yeah, Andreas.
Did he have such a massive rebound then to come back to the
And
top?
I remember I called my wife Emma, and if this wasn't Drive to Survive, it would have been a mega episode.
Yeah, the whole season would have been
the whole
unbelievable.
season would have been legendary if it was on Netflix. But I called my wife after and I told her like, it's over. World Championship's over. I lost so many points. I wasn't even in the semis. I basically have to win every race from now on if I want to be world champion. And
because it was Loyak, Riga, and South Africa. I think
and then we go to Loyak. I won. And go to Riga. I won. We got South Africa. Didn't win that race, but it was enough anyway.
We still managed to win.
It was a decent execution at the end anyway, and very dramatic.
Right, yeah. I mean, I was leading going to Canada, and then I lost it there, and then I was leading again after France because Andreas had a bad weekend, I think, and then because I finished second, so I think I was leading again, and then after Riga, you guys were ahead, and no, I was still ahead. No, I don't know. And then in the last race, I just couldn't. After the semis, I didn't have any chance anymore.
Yeah,
because I was missing a few points.
We don't know. We don't know. It's hard to remember. But anyway, Canada, we've been there loads of times. We were there first time in 2014, and then every year back to back until 2019. And I love the place. It's a classic rallycross track where half the track is tarmac on the streets, and half the track is in the horse racing stadium on gravel. And it's just, I don't know, it's a fantastic rallycross layout. Track. Yeah, it has a massive straight.
You so go now, quick with those FC1s.
Exactly. I was going to say that. We have that 1,088 horsepower, which is absolutely mental. But it is only when you hold the push to pass button.
Yeah.
And like, what better place to use a push to pass button than on that long straight?
Surely the only place you want to use it, because there's only the rest is gravel, and you have one little tarmac stretch after turn one, but you're kind of like hanging a lot, putting a lot of weight on the outside, still turning, so you're scrubbing a lot of speed. So there's no point putting power there. So everyone will be pushing it down the straight. I guess you have different option of how much power for how long you can use it and stuff.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You can maybe play around with that.
You have the same amount of energy, but in different durations. So the more duration you go, the less power, but you put the same amount of energy into it. So you can go the shortest, which is the peak power, 5 seconds only, and use it all in one go, like all eggs in one basket, or you spread it out and you do a bit more time with less power. Let's see what we do there. We don't really have a big team of engineers over there. We're just like small crew with 2 mechanics, mom, dad, and me, and QEV are there supporting ish, but it's not like performance with 3 engineers as we've had in the past in the World Championship. So it's a lot more like trying to figure out on your own what to do, how to drive, do the V-box, which is really hard. Also, you have to do the setup. Like we have to do the setup alone and this boost strategy alone and all the things. And it's hard, but it's also very interesting. So it's one of the things that I actually enjoy, like taking on the whole thing.
Yeah, it's fun. Can analyze everything. It was quite similar for me in Extreme H last year. We didn't have that many engineers. We did have 2, but in the end, they focused on data. I had to focus on trying to help with the setup. A lot of ideas from the experience because these guys were quite new. And then I had to do all the V-box together with Molly, obviously. And then analyze. Like it was again, it's fun, but it's nicer when you have a bunch of engineers to do stuff for you. To be like, have a look at these things. They have like summarized everything for you. But it's a bit more old school to get back to, let's say, do everything yourself. And I guess there's also when everyone's in the same boat, you can get a lot of differences. It's a bit more when it's high engineered, like 2018, everyone's very tight, very similar. Whereas now you can get a bit more fluctuation.
Yeah, you get like you do mistakes, like you make the wrong choice in some places, because I am not an engineer, even though I'm very interested in engineering. I don't know the maths and everything, so you do make mistakes because it's not perfect, and you don't bring all the best guys with you like that. But that makes for good racing.
Yeah.
So let's see. Now we're going to Canada, and we've had an off-road track, the bank turns with a lot of jump, like the jump track. We had the oval, and now we go classic rallycross. So it's three completely different circuits.
And is this the final?
This is the final of Rally X America. So after this round,
who can win?
I think it's between Robin Larsson, is Kevin Eriksson in there, and Oliver. I'm not sure on the standing. And
Tommy Hallman?
Hallman is there, definitely. Hallman has that win. But after the first race, when I crashed, it was a double-header weekend. I lost so many points. The next one was just a single header. So I'm not in contention for the championship, but I will drive as fast as I can. Anyway.
Yeah. That would be nice. So we got Canada coming up, obviously tomorrow when you guys listening to this starts the race weekend, and weekend after, obviously the next week episode, we'll be going to France. So I guess we'll do a quick preview what to expect.
Exactly. We'll do race summary and oh, you mean next week or this week now?
No, we can do a little one. No, let's keep it to next week. Let's keep it. I'll do a little debrief of Canada
and prediction next week.
Yeah, and then, but this week, I mean, I'm also excited to see the Formula One is back. I'm going for the last race in Holland, Netherlands, Zandvoort. You have been racing there. Incredible track, and I think the final time they will be there ever. So Max, final home race. Got to cheer for him, don't you?
Absolutely, but it is a little bit too twisty for the Formula One cars.
Yeah, well, maybe better now with the smaller cars.
True. We'll see.
Easier to follow, hopefully.
Yeah, Formula One has been a bit confusing this year anyway, but let's cheer for Max.
Also because it's like, they had that forced break of like a month and a half when they canceled the Middle East races. So there was like a summer break, and then it's been races, and then now it was the actual summer break. I think now it's going to get, now we'll get into the big. That was the last big push. The last, 4 months? September, October, 4 months.
It's not easy to count.
Until the final. So for sure everyone will be, I mean, I'll probably have to brief you as always on what's happened.
I'm so bad at following motorsport, and we have this channel where we're supposed to talk about it. I am very interested. It's just that I don't, I go out and play outdoors with my kids, and then I forget to watch WRC and F1 and IndyCar and all the things. Marcus Ericsson won this week, by the way.
Exactly. Thank you. I was just going to say, applause.
And
Swedish win.
He overtook his teammate to take the win, right?
Yeah, no, Grosjean it's not his teammate, but he did overtake Power at some point, yeah.
I thought I saw that just on social. I thought it was for the win.
No, the win was for Grosjean. So he passed him with 6 to go or something. And he won massively, but there was a rookie, Foster, I can't remember his first name now. He, quick in practice, pole, was leading a lot of the race, had some issues, and then overtook Marcus actually halfway through the race, tapped the inside wall and shunted so aggressively into that. Into the wall, and then it was out. But he could have probably won. He was very, very quick.
I got a taste again for how hard it is to overtake on a tarmac circuit in the Porsches now. So we all have ABS in the Porsche cars, which means that everyone is braking late. You can't just like lunge down the inside being better on braking. Everyone's braking to the ABS, so stopping the same speed. And I was chasing Isabel Rustar in that second race for a long time. And the reason I never just like committed to dive was it just felt like in racing, you can't just like lean on the door. So you have to make it so clean, and it always stretches the gap a bit on the straight. And then you have to just commit at the end of the straight.
Yeah. And believe where you brake a bit later, she'll brake where she normally brake, or who's in front. Exactly. And then just commit to that at the apex, you will have gained that back and a little bit more, and you'll be on the inside.
Exactly. It's so like you just have to commit, and it used to be natural this for me. That was how to pass in go-karts and racing, but now in rallycross, passing is a bit different. You just have to get your nose in kind of ish. It's hard. I'm
like Johan
ugly on
Kristoffersson
track.
described you. All Timmy needs is a
Yeah.
helmet with, and then he will be in the gap.
That's true. That's true.
I think we should give a little shout out also to Colin Kristoffersson, who won his first cross-kart race. So the next generation Kristoffersson is working on it. I was thinking the other day, is Sam doing any go-kart still?
Sam is doing go-kart, but not a lot. So we've been doing other sports for kids more. So he's done one karting race this year only. So, and then we've had the go-kart in the garage for a while.
Could it be the end of the motorsport career?
He's 8 years old. I don't really pull all the big gears like that. If he wants to drive, we'll load it up and drive.
Only has 4 more years to get on the Formula 1 ladder.
Yeah. Well, there's
pressure.
Yeah. I texted Johan.
The kid needs.
I texted Johan after the race saying congrats to Colin, and got a picture back on Colin with a thumbs up. I was like, yeah, that's king. And Johan said he's so cocky now after winning. So cocky.
Why you've seen his dad over the years.
Exactly.
He gets quite cocky sometimes.
Daddy's little boy. So that is funny. He's very funny.
That's fun. I was going to ask him in Loy. I guess he will be there, Colin, on the race. I hope so. It'd be nice to congratulate him.
Yeah. Well, but that's it for today's episode. Next week, we'll be jumping into Rally X America and Loyac preview. Thank you for listening again this week. And I appreciate you as always. Give it a thumbs up. Why not? If you made it this far.
Good luck to me on the race.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.